Talk to him.
Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Whether the winters were left in the cold. Yeah, mic check. It's the best daytime live show on all of YouTube. It's the Classic Codes. You know I gotta come to the ring.
Fighting out of the southpaw stance. Standing at 6'2", 190 pounds. I give you, boy, I'm made different. I work too hard. Ain't no way I ain't getting paid. This was strictly for my homies that was brave with me. You can't come in with me now if you ain't came with me. Let's go looking at you side eye if you ain't with real life. I seen a couple people try and it ain't in pretty. I only keep the people around that stood on 10 with me. And if they start to stand on 9, that's where it end with me. It can end quickly. In the way I level up, I make them spin differently. I should start a foundation. They be make a wish in me. I got these hoes in the fence. They can't seem to get to me. I done master discipline. It take more than booty cheeks. Need a little more conversation because I still be trying to see.
All right. Yo, it's Classic with the Classic Codes. 333. If you with me, make sure y'all hitting that like button while y'all sliding through. It's the best daytime live show on all of YouTube. And I got a great live show for y'all today, per usual. You know what I mean? Make sure y'all hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, stay in the comments, whether you agree or disagree, so we can have a conversation, because we got to crack these codes, man. So today I got a reaction video for you. I got a story time for you. I got a question of the day, and we got a code language conversation. We're going to be in and out like a robber today. We're going to take our time, but we ain't going to take more time than we need to. You feel me? I know it's Saturday. I know y'all running y'all errands. Just throw me in the headphones. Chat if you want to be active. Let's talk. But if not, just enjoy the show, man. I'm here to service my community, man. I'm here to service my people. Shout out to all the OG subscribers, and shout out to the brand new subscribers that are tapped in with the codes today. 333. With nothing but love in my heart, we're going to move forward. You know what I mean? So we got Anton Daniels After Hours. Been a minute since we brought them to the live show, so let's have some fun today, man. They're talking about the riots in LA. So I haven't actually done much news coverage and stuff like that, and it's for a reason, for a few different reasons. But you know what? My people need me, and they want my POV, my perspective, my thought process, and that's why they subscribe to me, so they can get something out of me that they're not getting somewhere else. So I'm not going to deprive y'all. We're going to go ahead and tap in on the LA riots and join the panel and see what everybody has to say. Let's go.
Maybe we can get the political stuff out of the way. LA riots. I'll share my screen with you guys to make sure that we see.
Look at that nigga. Hold on, goddamn.
What?
Oh shit! The man put a chocolate soldier on this motherfucker.
He a Marine. He a Marine.
This nigga don't fight with us.
He is.
Hey.
He a Marine. He in the Marine Corps.
What the fuck?
Yes, he is.
That
Yes,
nigga was
he
outside
is.
for this whole picture.
That nigga look like he been in one of them porta potties with 2Ks.
That was so mean.
But this is some of what's happening with the rioting, the looting, the migrants, the protests, and all of that.
You can hear the alarms going off as a crowd of people broke into a jewelry store on 6th and Broadway just before midnight. It's not clear what those looters might have gotten away with or if any of them were arrested. But take a look at this video, because about a half hour later, we did see police detaining at least a couple people a couple blocks away. The Apple store here was ransacked. There were items all over the floor and sidewalk. A few of the glass windows and doors were shattered, and there was a lot of graffiti left behind. Now, across the street from here, there was also an Adidas store that was broken into, and that's actually the second night in a row the thieves targeted that store. Another shoe store in the area, a nearby pharmacy, were also burglarized. All of these stores are about a mile from where the protest took place last night. It's not clear if it was people from those protests who were responsible for all the looting and vandalizing, or if it was others taking advantage of the chaotic situation downtown. Here's what one person told us he saw.
What I witnessed is just groups of, all ages, all women, men, young kids, everybody just out. And tools, Some people had saws, like or electric saws, so they came prepared.
So protests are starting to break out all across America. Of course, Chicago had to get their punk ass in there. I heard they down there in Louisiana, different places, so on and so forth. So what are your thoughts about, I don't know if y'all are truly familiar with it, but what are y'all thoughts about what's happening in LA and how it's spilling over into?
All right, so before they start to give their takes, I saw a lot of reels and clips showing that people are revolting against ICE and revolting against law enforcement out in LA. I guess in protest or pushing back against the deportation that's going on and the removal of the illegal migrants in the country and stuff like that. I've seen a lot of that stuff. Now, in regards to just how much detail I know about how much they're getting done in the way of effectiveness for their cause, that I don't know. Maybe some of that will be covered here, and I'll give my takes on that. But I am aware of what's been going on. I kind of want to see what a few of them have to say first before I dive in. Let's go.
To the rest of America.
Well, first of all, my first initial reaction is you can tell that this isn't us. Okay, because never in the history of niggerdom have niggas broken into a deal store. Like that's like that's the most Mexican shit ever. Niggas breaking instead of some man, that's insane. Second of all, my second observation is this is the Democrat version of January 6th. Okay, so as much as they talk shit about y'all, this is the equivalency of it. And to me, they doing it way worse. Well, way better in this case. So
that's an interesting point. So he's likening this to the insurrection up at the Capitol and all of that. He's saying this is the Democrats' version of that, and he's saying they're doing it way worse. Interesting. I don't even know if I agree or disagree. It's just a perspective that I hadn't really put my mind on. Shout out to 2K.
So
what do you mean by better? What is better?
Well, they actually destroying shit. Like they actually causing havoc. Yeah, and my third observation is black people, sit this one out. This one ain't us. I don't know why the fuck cuz who gave the interview was out there. Black and brown people, we are not the same. Don't you ever forget when we was marching for civil rights, you ain't see no Mexicans in them lines. All right, listen, sit this one out, black people. This one ain't us.
Wow.
Sit it out.
Wow. Okay, that's a strong take. So 2K says black people need to sit this one out. They don't need to take to the streets and in solidarity and in support of the Hispanics as they fight against the deportation and the ICE and all of that and the government and everything as they fight this fight and riot and protest across the nation. He's saying black people should sit this one out, saying that the Hispanics wouldn't have marched with us or fought with us, you know, when we've gone through our different times of protest and revolution and things like that. That's interesting. Black and brown people in this country have a very unique relationship. You got some Hispanic people who don't mess with black folks and, you know, kind of tailor themselves and more like kind of assimilate with white folks. You got some Hispanics that are loyal to their sector of Hispanic, right? With whether it be Mexican or Puerto Rican or whatever. Then you got some Hispanics that will marry a black person and have kids with them. You know what I mean? Like it's a unique situation. But for him to say black folks should sit this one out in regards to the protesting and stuff like that, it's an interesting take. I told y'all I'm gonna dive into my take, but we got a bit to go on the video, so I want to hear some of their takes first, and then I'm gonna jump in. Let's go.
That's all I got to say.
Carrie, thoughts?
2K raises some valid points, but I don't see the purpose in all of this. It's not gonna change anything. If anything, you're giving Trump and the border czar, and you're giving them more ammunition to come and crack down and do the very thing you protesting against. You're making it easier because 9 times out of 10, a bunch of them that are out there are probably illegal, probably don't got their papers. So it's, to me, it's foolish. It's foolish.
Yeah.
When
You muted, bro.
you're muted, bro. You gotta unmute yourself.
I rebuke. I don't know nothing about this. All I saw was some Adidas laying on the
Do you
ground.
not know anything about the biggest story that is happening in social media and across the United States?
Man, I just
What are you doing?
I watch softball and I watch basketball.
Yeah. It's the top of the college football game cycle. So I get it, you did it.
And I'll play my video game.
Yeah, but
I ain't gonna lie, I respect Quentin for that. You know, some people just, you know, it's like some people really just take on that mentality. Like when they knock on my front door, that's when I answer for it. But until then, shit ain't got nothing to do with me. I don't know nothing about it. I ain't keeping up with it. When it become a local issue to my neighborhood, that's when I'll be concerned with it. One could have an opinion saying that mentality or that thought process is right or wrong, but that's a full-grown adult and has every right to rock how they want to rock. I haven't watched the news or what they pass as the news in decades. Literally, I stopped watching the news as a little kid when the weather kept being wrong. That's when I knew the news was full of shit. I stopped watching news in elementary school. I used to look at the news every day to try to get the weather. And I noticed, like, you know, a few times a month, they'll tell me it's going to rain damn near for sure. And you dress accordingly and it don't never rain. It's bright as hell outside all day long. Then it'd be days where they say it's supposed to be nice and a very, very mild chance of rain, and you get a blitz of a thunderstorm. Like I knew to stop watching the freaking news or what passes as the news decades ago. So I kind of respect Quentin for being like, shit, I don't know nothing about it. I ain't keeping up with it. You know, it is what it is. You know, it ain't got nothing to do with him. Some people just mind their own business. I'm never going to argue with the person who chooses to mind their own fucking business. I'm never going to argue with that person. Let's go.
But it's kind of crazy, but like what I hate about this shit is when they got the other flags out there, bro. Like that shit does kind of piss me off. And I ain't no patriotic dude. I'm not no America. I'm not no dude like that. But that's kind of defeating the purpose. Like, why you riding with Mexico and Argentina flags? Go back over there, my nigga. That's Trump even offering you money to go back.
That's a valid
point. I believe that's because when you allow for people to be comfortable for too long, they start to feel entitled. And so for a long time, nothing has ever happened. Nobody has ever been held accountable. Now these motherfuckers actually believe that they got the same rights as us. They believe that they can come over here with size 12 shoes, with perfect immunity. And part of it is the environments that they exist in. So if you over in California, the laws has been soft for so long. The governor is a bitch. The mayor is a slut. Like they all weak and nobody actually stands up and does anything. And so now you got the inmates running around acting like everything is cool. They not even doing nothing. They told the Los Angeles Police Department to just stand down and just chill out. Meanwhile, businesses is being burned down, cars is on fire, graffiti is everywhere, motherfuckers is looting stores.
Yeah, so I want to take a chance to jump in here and just point out, you see how Anton said that in LA, a lot of people are saying that the law enforcement have been told to stand down and they're not even doing anything as these riots and the looting and the things like that pick up out there. Guys, I always try to tell you guys that the truth is in plain sight. It's in plain sight. It really is. It's all around you. It's in plain sight. You've just literally been conditioned and trained to question it when you see it. That's it. If the police are being told to stand down, it's for a reason. If this is happening nationwide and you're seeing that there isn't an influx or an abundance or a wild ass amount of like police on civilian violence to keep shit under control and a reckless ass amount of arrests happening. And if the National Guard is not being called in, if essentially the police are going to say, hey, we going to let this go to a point and kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Keep everything controlled to a certain environment. You know what I mean? Proximity wise and this, that, and the third. If that's how they moving, it's for a reason. I'm not about to be a conspiracy theorist or nothing like that. I'm just helping y'all to understand that it's important to listen with your eyes. If this is going on in a major city and the police are being essentially kind of told to, like, you know, fall back, do what you can, don't do too much, don't put yourself in harm's way. Like, they not putting on the suits, breaking out the shields, breaking out the rubber bullets, like they not breaking out the tear gas. They kind of letting this shit walk. It's for a real reason. So understand, if it's Armageddon in the streets, it's because they allowing it. And if they're allowing it, you have to ask yourself why. But let's continue.
And all of this stuff. And if it's not for Trump stepping in, I just, you know, I'm amazed at how weak we've become as a nation. And, you know, I just don't get it, bro. Like, you and I, if we did something that we're not supposed to do, we got to be held accountable for that shit. I'm just talking about regularly breaking the law on some stuff. These motherfuckers is just out here doing shit. They burning up whole cars. Seen a motherfucker throwing rocks at a convoy of police vehicles. Yeah. Like we was in Iraq or something. They throwing rocks, bro. That's crazy to me. And it makes me even more. It makes me more angry. Like, yeah, get these motherfuckers out of here, bro.
Now, see what it is, Anton? It's the other 49 states that feel like that, or the other 47 because it's not out. See, I've been hearing this from a lot of people from Cali. Cali think that they can secede from a.
Oh shit, the chat got booming. What's going on? Miles, what's going on with you? Welcome to the chat, bro. Peace, brother. Checking it. Check in post-workout. For sure, man. Welcome to the live show, man. Glad to have you. Correct me if I'm wrong, podcast. What's good, class? What's going on, B? How you feeling, man? What's going on, man? Talking about the LA riots for the first time on the code, so we got to figure this one out. Trying not to crash out, honestly. Let's go.
America.
Let them.
And be okay. Like they were throwing out numbers like we got the fourth largest.
They don't believe that shit. They don't believe that.
I'm telling you, you should have seen the folks in the comments.
He was just begging for money from Trump for the wildfires, bro.
That's what I was telling them.
He was,
and I'm not
begging
even
for
a politician type of dude.
And they running a deficit. California is running, depending on the year, it could be anywhere from $10 to $20 billion a year deficit, bro. Los Angeles by itself is running a $1 billion budget deficit, bro. Don't believe that shit, bro. They was giving out free healthcare to undocumented.
I hope y'all putting the pieces together. He just said the rioting, the looting, all this different destructive stuff going on, and law enforcement out there is being made to fall back or stand down, whatever you may say, right? Then he's pointing out the economics of that city, saying that Los Angeles and the whole state actually is at a deficit and they're in some crazy debt. Now, I don't know if y'all understand how insurance work, policies, government grants, bonds, state to federal. I don't know if y'all have an understanding of how any of that works, but it wouldn't necessarily hurt the hell out of you if you're a state that's in debt and you go through catastrophic civilian uprising that causes millions upon millions of dollars worth of damages. And all of these places are insured. It doesn't necessarily fuck anything up for you guys, you know, as a governor and stuff like that. I just hope y'all putting the pieces together. Like I said, the truth right in front of us. Let's go.
Migrants, bro. They was giving out help. They was trying to create loans to get these people houses and stuff, man. It's so disrespectful. It's the most, and the taxpayers is the ones that put the bill. It's the most disrespectful thing ever. You're gonna take Americans' money and give it to people that can't even fucking vote. And the worst part about it is the Californians keep on voting in people like Gavin Newsom and stuff, bro.
It's crazy, bro.
It's weird. It's just a weird situation for me, man. I just don't understand how we tolerate it. And then it's like black women, like when they gonna shut the fuck up about every issue trying to be a part of the game?
Oh,
Like,
shit.
why they always gotta join?
Whoa. Anton, what just happened? Why black women just catch strays like that?
Natural born crash dummy. And he go crash out.
And be the ones to be a part of some shit that ain't even got nothing to do with them.
You talking about Doshi?
Yeah, all of them, they just standing for shit that ain't got. Just shut the fuck up for 5 minutes. This ain't even got nothing to do with y'all. Finally, y'all the ones that's getting your head kicked in. You safe from deportation. Bitch, shut the fuck up. Like, why y'all standing with these people?
Because we gave them the right to speak, but they never had to fight for the shit. I keep telling y'all,
weird,
bro, we got to bring back hands back.
All right, okay. This just took a left. Hey, y'all, I'm here to discuss the LA riots. I don't know how the sisters just start catching strays. Just so y'all know, I'm doing an authentic reaction. I have not seen this section of the live stream that they had. So this is all authentic. Sisters, don't be mad at me. I didn't know this was happening, but let's go.
The fact that women can speak so freely about something that they had no participation in obtaining is insane to me. It's terribly insane. Why do you feel like you got a say so on what anything military got going on? And if some shit pop off, your funk ass gonna be somewhere hiding in the house.
I just don't know why they feel like they need to join in on this kind of, like, to support these people.
Because it's niggas like Slimmy, bro. Bring the backhands back.
I have nothing to do with that.
What are your thoughts, Slimmy?
I'll be honest, man. I mean, I just think these like the first stages of World War III. I'm gonna be very honest. Very honest. All this shit started with the last regime. I think it's some anarchists in charge that's really pulling the strings to how this shit being done. Because it doesn't add up. It doesn't make sense. How you get all these people here? How you let all these people get here, right? For one thing. Who would sign off on that to let these people get here? Like, I get it. It's the melting pot. But
Slimmy talking backwards. He said it doesn't add up. It doesn't make sense. It actually does add up, and it makes perfect sense. And the beginning of WW3, which I'm not going to say certain words because I'm still growing my channel, but the beginning of WW3 started some years ago. So I don't know if y'all have like been asleep or laying under a rock. Y'all remember when the entire country was grounded as far as airports is concerned? For how many hours? The whole country was grounded as far as airports is concerned. Nobody could fly. What y'all thought that wasn't? Y'all thought that wasn't a test or a threat or some passive aggression? What y'all thought that was? A coincidence? Y'all believe in coincidences? What y'all thought what y'all thought the vid was? The vid, when they told everybody run up there and get the poke. I can't say certain words, y'all. What y'all thought that was? Y'all didn't think that was no warfare? No? So y'all think this shit just like it's now, but now it's bubbling. Where y'all been? Where y'all been? You don't think them games with TikTok going down for a minute? Y'all don't think that had nothing to do with nothing? Like, what is this? And then y'all don't think them letting y'all know everything that the public finds out from what they pass as the news is late. It's very late. I knew the extraterrestrials was real when I was a little bitty boy. The government told y'all a couple years ago, and now it's valid. I didn't need nobody to validate that for me. I've been new. I knew Earth was bigger than they was telling us when I was a little boy. Y'all needed somebody to tell y'all. I knew when I was 15 years old and I got on my first cruise ship that they didn't sail all them Africans over here from no damn Africa. But y'all wait for the information to be validated from a source that's going to tell you when you already behind the 8 ball. Their job is to control chaos. Their job is to manipulate, herd the flock. You see what I'm saying? That's their job. They're not going to give you the information on bootleg. To have the information, to be in the know and to have some foresight, you got to operate inside of reality. You got to see things for what it is. When they show you something, when the Obamas produce a movie called Leave the World Behind that ends with a little girl in a bunker, pay attention. How loud y'all want them to blow the whistle? It don't matter. Most of y'all don't got what it takes to survive anyway. Scary ass niggas. It don't even matter. Let's go.
Just to let them in freely and to continue to let them in. And then when you're trying to really like make this shit go away and recorrect everything, it's pushback. That makes no sense. It's anarchists, real life anarchists. They want controversy. They want the fucking world to burn. They pulling strings to have this shit happen. I seen that shit with my own eyes during the George Floyd protests. It wasn't no black people tearing shit up. I'm gonna keep it a grand with you. I was out there. It was black. It was all black people standing around. I was out there, literally. Next thing you know, I seen some white kid. It's all these white people in all black. They got on all black. They got red rags. They got red rags on. This white kid out of nowhere, he just took a skateboard and bashed a police kiosk. Just bashed the windows out. I'm like, what the fuck is you doing? I'm like, hey.
You talking about the Antifa, bro. These are people who are literally.
It don't matter.
Yeah.
They're anarchists. That's what they are.
Okay.
You label whichever way you want. They're anarchists. And they got, I'm pretty sure they got paid to do that shit because it's thousands of them standing out there, dog. Why are they there? They had nothing to do with it. Why are they there? And then it gets reported that it's black people tearing shit up. Yeah, it eventually was. It eventually was because they saw.
I mean, listen. Niggas gonna nig. If a whole bunch of black folks is around downtown or wherever the local plaza is, and some Caucasians, you know, in the midst of what is supposed to be potentially riot behavior, if they, you know, happen to come bust the doors and the windows out of Louis Vuitton or Gucci, you know, all of the aforementioned Negroes that are standing around in the area may or may not go in there and see if the store happens to have their sizes. Is it right? I don't know. But I know that I trust humans to be humans. Yep, I sure do. I sure do. Right or wrong is for children. The discussion of it is I mean, it can or can't be productive. It depends on if the person you're talking to has a similar moral compass. Your idea of right and wrong, you know, it could get kind of fluid. It's a lot of things. You know, I think everything should be in alignment with nature. And to be honest with you, the laws of nature say if you can't protect it, it ain't yours. So y'all call that what y'all want. Y'all call that right. Y'all call that wrong. Call it what it is. That's what I believe. But we gonna bring it home on this. I think we got what we need. Shout out to Anton Daniels and the After Hours crew. You know, always a pleasure doing reactions to their content. Anton Daniels doing great content over there, keeping everybody up on news, politics, finances, and social culture. We got a comment. Miles said, bro lost focus. Facts. He just all of a sudden just went straight in on the sisters. That was crazy. But yeah, we're gonna wrap it up on the reaction video. I think in closing, all I have to say in regards to the riots is this. I have a few different perspectives on it. But in regards to the riots, I'll just say that, or not even the riots, but just the revolt and the rebellion against like what's going on with ICE. I think it's a natural occurrence. You got people who have come over here and set life up for themselves and have yet to be able to get their proper documentation for a myriad of different reasons, from each individual case to the next. You know what I mean? And so with that being said, it's natural that you're going to receive resistance when all of a sudden you brutally and aggressively seek to uproot these people. These people have, you know, made children here, made families here. There's generations here. So it's a lot of tragedy, a lot of pain, a lot of heartache, and a lot of discombobulation that's being created, you know, within a lot of families that are being affected by what's happening. So I think the resistance is natural. If they didn't resist, I mean, I don't think it would make sense to just see everybody just walking. Oh, okay, you coming to get us? All right, we'll go with you. Like, I don't think that would be natural. I think that would be weird. What's happening seems like it's natural. I think the government probably anticipated something like this at some point in time. And again, who's to say that this isn't being induced, right? So just, you know, that's one take I have on it. And on the other side of it, I just want to say you got a lot of people online saying a lot of different things about a lot of different things right now, right? And I think some things are distractions, some things are, you know, cover-ups, and then some things are like what's really supposed to be paid attention to, mixed in the midst of all of it. You know, there's a lot going on in the sky right now, as far as things people are seeing in the sky right now. There's a lot going on in the water right now, as far as things that people are seeing in the water right now. And then, of course, you have a lot going on with the world in regards to government, currency, and things like that. So one thing is clear. We're in a big shift in every shape, form, and fashion you could think of. We are in the midst of a huge shift. And with that being said, all these people with all these different belief systems, religion, spirituality, whatever it may be, the thing about religion, spirituality, and all of that is everybody's right until somebody's wrong. So with the stuff going on in the sky right now, you got people saying Jesus coming back. You got people saying it's the Anunnaki. I heard somebody talking about Nibiru. I heard all different types of stuff, right? Everybody's right until somebody's wrong. Clearly, there's some type of a catastrophe, for lack of a perfect term, that is coming, and not just to America, but it's happening in the world. And to build, one must first destroy. And there's a lot of things that are clearly being broken right now. And so what's going on with the immigrants, digressing back to the immigrants, what's going on with them is one of many very important things that are taking place that could or could not be viewed as positive. You know what I'm saying? So I think for the people that are dealing with it and are affected by it, fight your fight. You know, such is life. You can't expect anybody to fight with you, and you can't expect anybody to come save you, because oftentimes that's just not how life works. And so for the people that's in it, you know, fight your fight. For the people that's not in it and that are choosing to stay out of it, I can't sit here and say you're doing something wrong. For the people that's not in it and that are choosing to get in it, I can't say you're doing something wrong. Everybody got to live with all their choices during this time. And that's in regards to everything. So hopefully that's not too politically correct, but that's just my take on it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going out to go walk and march, because marching is useless. I'm not going out to loot and riot, because that's useless. It's never fixed anything, ever. The only thing that will ever fix the problems that civilians and society have with the government is a complete and total organization, a unity, and an uprising. And that is going to involve people on both sides shedding blood. And that, my friends, will never occur, because far too much of a majority of the people in this country, on this side of the world, are mentally conditioned the way that the powers that be would like for us to be mentally conditioned. So there will never be enough people on the same side and with their shoes on the same feet and with their minds and their mission in alignment to truly uprise. And the powers that be understand that. They understand that. And so a lot of people who are adults and understand that, they lean into faith and they think Jesus gonna come fix it, or Allah gonna come fix it, or something like that. But you know, a lot of that is tricks too, because they told us that he may not come when you want him, but he'll be on time. Last time I checked, if you ain't here when I want you, you late. And that's that on my reaction. Moving into the question of the day. Question of the day today. How does a man today know that he has found a special woman? I'll read that one more time. Question of the day. How does a man today know that he has found a special woman? You don't. You simply don't. A man doesn't know. I think knowing that you found a special woman is an ongoing understanding that one must gain through time and experiences. You have to go through a rough patch with this woman to know that she's different from the majority, and she's not quick to run out and break up her family and or simple relationship. You have to go through some shit to find that out. So the only way to know in regards to the modern woman, whether or not a woman is special, is to hit the gas. Go ahead and fall in love. Go ahead and go through the process of dating and courtship. Go ahead and invest your resources. Go ahead and invest your time. Go ahead and invest your energy and find out whether or not she's really for you. You're either going to crash and burn or learn that you were lucky. That's the only way to truly know. Time tells. And oftentimes, there is no measure of time that tells. It's not a year. It's not 2 years. You're seeing women divorce their husband after 15 years, 20 years, 25 years. So these days, if you're asking me, how does a man know that he has a death do us part type of woman? You don't. There literally is no way to know. I hate to be straight to the point. I wish I could talk around it to make it a longer piece of content for you guys, but that's just the gotcha. Love at this stage, no matter what your vetting process is, none of that. At this day in the game, with the mental conditioning, with the media, with the music, to find out that you got a diamond in the rough, you got to go through the rough with the diamond. And we're going to leave that right there for the question of the day. For sure. All right, y'all, like I told you, we in and out like a bandit. I'm not rushing through the content, but I'm going to say what I mean what I say. And if the chat not turned up, then, we're going to move on through the show. We heading over into the story time. This one is called Blood Brothers. Moving over into the wonderful world of TikTok. This woman about to tell a story that I have not seen. We're going to go full authentic reaction as usual. And we're going to see exactly what's going on with this sister. Yes, Lord. Let's go.
In Memphis. So I was standing in Winchester Grove, and I had went to my car to go get some. And this dude was walking, and he was walking his dog and shit. We're going to call him P. Nah. Yeah, we're going to call, nah. We're going to call him D. So we end up chopping it up and shit. He ended up getting my number and shit, and we end up, talking and shit. So later that day, we didn't know it when it was probably like 2 or 3 days later, we was finna chill and shit. We linked. He didn't fuck me, and I didn't do nothing. But it was whoop de whoop, like we boop de boop, boop boop type shit. And I'm just saying he about him. Boom. And we didn't link like
Wait,
2
what?
or 3 times. Like
wait, what?
I say like we don't know.
Wait, time out. I don't know what they did. She said he didn't hit her, and she ain't, you know what I'm saying? They whoop-de whoop with the whoop-de whoop. And if I heard her right, she said he a bottom. So if she's telling me in this story that she met up with this dude that she got her number 3 days ago, and she put on some type of an apparatus and did the unspeakable to this gentleman, this story is already out of pocket. I need to hear it one more time.
When it was probably like 2 or 3 days later, we was finna chill and shit. We linked. He didn't fuck me, and I didn't do nothing. But it was whoop de whoop, like we boop de boop, boop boop type shit. And I'm just saying he about him. Boom. And we didn't link like 2 to 3 times, like I say like 3 or 4 times after that. Let's get into the other brother. So this nigga had hit me up on Facebook and shit. And just after blue, just hit me up and was trying to chill. And typically, I don't chill with no nigga. Like, I do not chill with niggas in Memphis. I just don't chill with no nigga. Like, bitch, my time is money, bitch. I ain't finna just chill with you. But some was just like, go chill with the nigga or see what he was about. So when I actually went to go chill with him, y'all, I'm talking about the nigga vibe was so motherfucking weird. Like, he constantly was talking about the bitches he was fucking with in the city. Like, it was just weird as fuck. And I wasn't fucking with him. The type of bitch, I'm very straightforward. So I'm gonna let your ass know, like, I ain't fucking with you. Like, I ain't fucking with you. And I told him that. I told him exactly that. And he was like, damn, for real, woo, woo, woo. And he was like, well, I ain't gonna force the shit. If you don't want to smoke, I can just, go with shit. And I was like, yeah, that's it. He got out the car and shit. And mind you, he had ended up dropping some money in my car on the side, like where the seatbelt like clicker thing is. But I didn't end up noticing because I didn't check the shit. I didn't see it when it dropped. I didn't end up seeing this shit until like 3 or 4 days later. Cause I'm like, damn, I dropped some money in my car. Woo, woo. I didn't know there was no money over here. But he ended up texting me and was like, he dropped some money in my car. So he was like, I'm gonna send you some money this year, and he's being Whitehaven, but in the mud and pick me up and shit, meet me at the store where we gonna go, you know, ride around, smoke shit. I was like, oh, okay, cool. By this time, we already knew that he wasn't gonna be on no bullshit. Like it wasn't no fucking or none of that. He was just a cool ass nigga. I ain't gonna lie, he had turned out to be a cool nigga, but he was just on some weird shit. And I'm skipping shit.
You don't say. You don't say you skipping shit. She don't say. You don't think we could tell you skipping and leaving all type of stuff out? Is you gonna leave out the fact that you are a street worker or a dancer? Woman said she don't chill with people. Her time is money. She's not chilling with nobody. All her time is money. So what that sound like, chat? Hey, I'm going off what she said. I don't want no trouble.
Fucking with him. So this how I ended up finding out they was brothers. I went downtown one night. I had a white dress on, and the niggas was on my motherfucking body. Like, the niggas was on my body. I'm talking about pulling me to them, grabbing me, you know, getting behind the bitch and shit, like, on a bitch body. And I guess when he seen it, he was like, damn, like, these niggas don't know shit, whoop, whoop, whoop. Like, but let me walk up to her and shit. So he walked up to me. And
what do whoop, whoop, whoop mean, chat? Somebody translate this niggery for me. Damn, she talking about they seen niggas all on my body. They looking like, damn, they must don't know she whoop, whoop, whoop. What do whoop, whoop, whoop mean? Is that code for street worker? Let's go.
He came in my ear. He was like, you don't know who I am. And I looked back, I stepped back. And I was like, yeah, I remember you. Whoop, 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 whoop. And that's how we end up linking the second time. When we linked that second time, we was in the car. And no, we was at the room on 3rd. We was at the room on 3rd, and he had texted me. I was linking with D, and he had texted me. So he was like, damn, you know my brother? And I'm like, damn, y'all brothers? Like, y'all brothers? It shocked me too, shit. And he was downtown when I had seen him with him. I just didn't know that they was brothers. But they was together though. But you know how it be like, bitch, you done fucked with 2 friends before. So I really didn't feel no need to. And it ain't my place to say shit anyway. But I ended up finding out they was brothers and shit. And I still
we're not skating past that. Y'all heard that, right? That's a woman talking. She said that she had a moment with the sister, said, now, bitch, you done fucked with 2 friends before, so don't that lets you know how normal it is. Cause she talking to all the TikTok. That let you know all right, let's go. I ain't gonna say too much. Let's go.
End up fucking with D, and I still end up fucking with his brother. Like, and we still fuck out to this day. Story time I have fucked with 2 brothers. And no lie, this a mid-ass story time. I had way better story time than this. I don't even know why I decided to tell this story. It was just awkward. Well, I ain't gonna say awkward. It was just, it'd be rare that you really fuck with 2 blood brothers. But my story times be hitting, and I'm finna start hitting y'all ass back to back with them hoes, because this one really was mid as fuck, because watching it back, bitch, is mid. But I gotta get this shit out there.
Oh my God. 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 Chat. That's a trans. He said that's a trans. Listen to me. Listen to me, y'all. That explains a lot, souls. That sister is a brother. And the sister brother dealing with brothers that like brothers that's kind of like sisters. So we just listened to the story time of a brother sister dealing with 2 brothers that like sister brothers or brother sisters. You see? And y'all say, and listen, y'all will watch this story, and if I start talking about how I really feel about this shit, Y'all will say, oh no, that's wrong. Let people love who they love. It's so like what you like. It's a whole lot of confusion. It's a whole lot of confusion. You got a dude, you got two dudes that's blood brothers that don't want to be gay. So they mess with dudes that portray girls, but they do dude on dude behavior with the boy girl. And they'll go out in public and tell you that they straight. They'll tell you that's a woman. And then somebody else will be like, that is a woman. And you'll be like, define a woman. Y'all see? That's why I'm here. That's why God sent me, guys. That's why God sent me. Thou who don't give a fuck. I will say what I have to say. Listen, we are in alignment with nature on this side. Nature. There's nothing natural about cosmetic surgery. Going to go buy you some ass, buy you some breasts. There's nothing natural about cutting your dong off. Nothing natural about adding a dong on. Nothing natural about it. I like nature. I like nature. When women and men do stuff, they make other humans. That's natural. When men and men do stuff, they are outside of alignment with nature. You can call it God, you can call it nature, you can call it the universe, you can call it natural order, call it what you want. I believe in nature, natural order, natural shit. And I don't like unnatural shit around me. I don't like unnatural shit around me. They say, well, you're a hypocrite because you're cool with girls, liking girls. I don't think it's unnatural. Why is it that in a elementary school locker room or in a junior high locker room, the girls are comfortable showing each other that they're finally starting to hit puberty and grow bosoms? The girls are comfortable helping each other with bra straps. You ain't never heard no niggas in the locker room talking about, hey, help me fasten my button on my drawers. We've never been comfortable. It's not natural. Men ain't supposed to interact like that. Women are technically, by natural order, in alignment with a sister-wife type of role. That don't mean they have to be sexual with each other, but their comfort level with each other as women is natural. So this shit is weird. Souls of Thought had to point it out to me because I didn't even know the dude was a dude. I didn't know this was no dude. I didn't know. Had no idea that that's a guy. Now, not my type. If it were a woman, not my type. So I'm in the clear anyway. I wasn't. Y'all seen how I was looking at the video. I never thought it was attractive. But the fact that this. And then think about the men. How many dudes walking around here that present hetero, look like me, look like y'all, and they out there hitting boy girls? The game fucked up. And they told y'all that they could raise us by themselves. They told y'all that they didn't need that man. They swapped us out for that government money. And look what you got. A bunch of confused motherfuckers running around. Yeah, I said it. Confused in a son bitch. Confused, lost in the sauce. Yeah, we have the hard conversations over here. I'm gonna try not to say too many of the trigger words so we can stay monetized up, but we're gonna have the conversations over here. This shit is crazy. I remember somebody asked me, how would you feel if you had a son and he came home with a listen. Listen to me. I spend 3 or 4 days a week for the rest of my life in therapy. Because I would swear I went wrong somewhere. I never bought the born this way bullshit. Never brought it. Never brought the born this way bullshit. Never. Motherfuckers be like, no, because I know a little boy, he was sassy in kindergarten. That's because nobody at home told him to put the fucking dolls down. You raise a child up in the way it should go and they will not depart from it. So if he showed up to preschool sassy, it's because nobody checked the shit when he was a curious little boy not knowing the difference. You have to be... Is this shit rocket science? This shit rocket science for y'all? Moving off of the story time. Crazy work. Shit crazy, boy. Cold language. Works without faith. Ooh, let's get into it. So, there's a scripture that says faith without works is dead. I don't have the whole Bible memorized. So let's do it like this. Yep, James 2:14-26, specifically the phrase faith without works is dead, found in James 2:26. This passage emphasizes the genuine faith is demonstrated through actions and good works, and a faith that doesn't produce works is essentially useless. So the title of this is Joe Jet 333. What's going on, my boy? So this one is works without faith. The reason why this is titled Works Without Faith is because I have long been a person who has always brought this to the conversation, and people always push back against me, but there's nothing to push back against because the proof is in the pudding. Faith without works is dead. I agree with that. I think you can sit around praying for something hard as hell 40 days and 40 nights, and without any movement, your prayer will probably not have any legs on it, depending on what it is that you're praying for specifically. I do agree that faith without works is dead. However, works without faith is very much alive. See, and that's one thing I want to point out to people is that work works regardless. Work works regardless. Yeah, and we can debate it. We can talk about it. There is somebody who is having success by their definition at the highest level of every belief system. There's a rich Buddhist, a rich monk, a rich atheist, a rich agnostic, a rich Christian, there's a rich everybody, no matter what you believe in. Work without faith works. And I'm not saying don't have faith. That's not what I'm pushing. I'm pointing out that the work is the most important part. The work is the most important part. And I think that as a society, we've lost sight of that. There's a lot of people these days, because the sky looking funny, the ocean looking funny, the government acting funny, you're starting to see a lot of people head back to a church of some kind. You got people finding Allah. You got people running back to Christ. You got people headed back. Yeah. I'm seeing it. I'm paying close attention. But listen to me. The biggest trick that they ever sold you and that they ever told you was to look up and not in. See, the beautiful thing and the horrible thing about the Bible and the Quran is that the books are vast. It's good and bad. Because the books say so much that if you learn them through and through, you can make them say anything. Y'all let me know. My chat is thorough. Y'all correct me when I start lying. The Bible and the Quran say so much that if you learn them through and through, you can damn near make them say anything. Y'all want to test my scholarship? Let's do it. But what I'm telling you is this. There was a question that I found the answer to that I'm going to give y'all the keys to without y'all having to go do the search. I used to always ask this question in Bible study, and I never got an answer until I found it for myself. The question that I would always ask in any Bible study that I was in at all different ages of my life, and no pastor could ever answer it for me. Joe Jet said, this is true. I said, if Christianity, because I was raised Christian, I said if Christianity is correct, right? Because we were taught that Jesus is the way, the truth, and the light, and nobody shall enter the kingdom but by through his name, right? You have to accept Christ. You have to accept Jesus as Christ into your heart to inherit the kingdom. Thus saith the Lord, right? That's what we were taught. And I would always ask this question in Bible study. I would say, if this is correct, if this is the right belief system and what we're doing is correct and in alignment with our Father, the one and only true God, then why is it that all humans, regardless of what they believe, live the same experiences? And the pastors would always ask follow-up questions. Well, and that's normally what they do when they don't have an answer. Well, what do you mean? Well, what do you mean? What do I mean? Regardless of what you believe in, if you spend time here, you will have the human experience. The human experience consists of a whole bunch of similar shit that look different for all of us. We will all experience gain. We will all experience loss. We will all experience gratitude. We will all experience selfishness. We will all experience pain. We will all experience pleasure, joy, glee. You see what I'm saying? We will all have the human experience. We will all have faith in something, speak to what we believe in, get what we spoke about, and then attribute the acquisition of said thing to the deity that we chose. So I'm saying that to say a person born into an Islamic family and was taught about Allah their whole life, and they pray to Allah and good things happen in their life, they are going to give credit to Allah. And because of that, you cannot tell them Allah is not real. They have a testimony. Just like a person who was raised in Christianity will pray to Jesus and pray to God and pray straight to the Lord, and they will see good things happen and their prayers get answered at certain points in their life, and they will give credit for that happening to Jesus. And because of that, you cannot tell them that Jesus is not real. They have a testimony. But just like those two people, there are atheists who believe in nothing at all, don't believe in God, believe in the Big Bang, believe in all type of shit other than what you're indoctrinated to believe in. And those people have good things happen to them too. And they do stuff besides praying, like making vision boards and burning sage and speaking things into existence. And then they get blessings too. And so the question I would ask in Bible study is, no matter what you believe in, why is it that we all have the same human experience if this is what is correct? And nobody could ever answer it, but I'm here to give y'all the answer. And the answer is because all of these systems encompass the same thing, and it's called universal law. Prayer is a form of universal law. Manifestation and speaking things into existence is universal law. Prayer to Allah, prayer to God, prayer to Buddha, or just speaking out loud to nobody in particular and expressing your desires is in accordance to universal law. Everything from a blade of grass to a tree to me is running off of the same energy if it has life. That is a fact. We all run on electrical current and frequency. That is the God source. And that's why a lot of people who understand this shit on a higher level, like I do, we don't get too hung up into what you're going to call the name of the deity, which book you subscribe to, because a lot of times most people believe in what they was raised to believe in. And then you got some people that flip. But for the most part, y'all all talking about into the same source of energy. And the biggest thing they sold us, which got most of us fucked up, is to look out instead of in. The God source is in everything that has life. So your answers aren't in the clouds, and they never were. They're right here. And that's in your Bible, your Quran, that's everywhere. Chris Dale said, bless the energy. For sure. That's everywhere. That is everywhere. So the answer has never been in the clouds. God has given you everything you need around this motherfucker. And y'all keep reaching out for more. You don't need to reach out. You got it. So I don't know what y'all going to take from it, but all I have to say is faith without work is dead is a very true scripture, is a very true statement. Work without faith works every time as well. Work is the base of it all. Belief system, as y'all are about to learn as a public, as a society, belief system has always been some shit that was utilized for control. These are indoctrinations. You see what I'm saying? And I'm not telling y'all to go away from it. I'm just telling you what it's here for. Believe in what you want to believe in. But at the end of the day, everybody right until somebody wrong. The shit I'm talking about can't even be debated. What gives a blade of grass life? What gives you life? It's the same thing. That's not debatable. But yet you was told that your life is more valuable than the blade of grass. Your life is more valuable than the ants in the ant farm because you are man. That's what you was told. So you exalt yourself. The exaltation of man through indoctrination is the reason why we think it's cool for us to destroy the planet that we live on. Follow me. You think that your kind, mankind, is exalted over all. So we are cut above the animals. We are cut above the trees. We are cut above the vegetation. We're just a little bit more valuable. We get to do with all this shit what we want. And so because we believe this way and because we're taught and raised and bred to believe this way, it's cool to put plastic in the ocean. Fuck it. We got dominion over all this, right? It's cool to burn chlorofluorocarbons. Fuck it. Yeah. Tear down all the vegetation and forestation just to build this little nice little palace of a house for some billionaire who made all their money selling pharmaceuticals to people that they made sick because they got a homie that's in the food industry who made all his money from selling poisonous food. Don't make me crash out. Yeah. It's the reason why in the United States of America it's damn near illegal in most states for you to grow female trees on your property. Because they don't want you to grow your food. You got to go buy apples. Apples free, nigga. So what I'm telling y'all is they tricked you niggas out of y'all position and out of the position of power and authority and unity by telling you to look out instead of looking in. And that's why I also answered this question for myself. When I became an enlightened person and I walked into being enlightened and got conscious and I tried to reach back and save everybody I love, and I had to figure out why is these niggas so resistant to truth? Why is these niggas so resistant to doing better? Why is these niggas so resistant to losing weight, eating healthy, finding out the benefits and the medicinal properties of food versus popping 13 prescription pills? Why is my family and my friends so against the better way? And I had to learn just how powerful indoctrination is. I had to learn just how powerful hypnosis is. I had to learn just how powerful brainwashing is. And that's when I realized I can't even save my niggas. All these dudes out here, these conscious people out here that's walking around mad every day, y'all will never see me like that. Every stream, y'all see me smiling. Y'all, because I know I can't save all my niggas. I'm here to find my village, and I know it's going to be the few. I know it's going to be the few, but the few could still be a million. It's billions on earth. The few could be a million. You think I could save all you niggas? Half these niggas don't even listen. I said some shit on my Instagram today. People get so turned off by an opinion that's not their own that they can't even hear nothing different. I said, man, make it make sense for me. Every time I talk about the Bible, I talk about it like a street dude because I want to meet people at a certain level, right? Let's take all the exaltation off of it. Let's just talk about it like characters in a movie or characters from any other book. Let's take all the holiness off of it. Why do Jesus got such a big reputation in these streets? Let's talk about it like some hood shit. Why do Jesus got such a big reputation in these streets? Because he ain't stepped on nothing. Jesus, the only person with a reputation for being a big stepper and ain't never stepped on nothing. Most he did in book, chapter, and verse was flip some fucking tables and throw a fit. And y'all talking about he coming back to save us from who? He ain't save himself. Took an ass whooping. They say, oh, well, that was part of the prophecy. Okay. Yeah, okay. Wouldn't have been me. So no, I don't think my savior, nigga. Now, if y'all told me that Moses was coming back, I feel like some shit getting saved. Let's get into some real shit. If y'all told me if the horns were supposed to blow and Moses was supposed to come back, I would think some shit getting saved. Moses pulled up on niggas like, let my people go or else. Nigga, oh, okay, you don't want to do it, I'll turn this whole river into blood. You don't want to do it, put some lamb's blood over the doorway, because I'm killing everybody first son on the Passover. Oh, you don't want to do it? Okay, watch my staff turn into a snake. Okay, you don't want to do it? Watch this. We leaving anyway. Watch this plague, famine. You don't want to do it, pull it or else. If y'all told me Moses was supposed to come back, I think we was getting saved. It's certain things that don't make sense. And like I told you, I don't think nothing wrong with having faith, but don't push the bullshit to me, though. Don't push it to me. Woke person here, still sleep there. Understand your position. The work works. All that other shit y'all caught up in, it's a distraction. And it stops you from tapping into your true power. That's why y'all live in fear now. You didn't know that your religion taught you to think about death all day? I don't want to do this because that's a sin, and when I die, I might go to hell. Don't live like that because when you die, you got to be judged and you might go to hell. Everything you do is about when you die and what your judgment going to be. You niggas ain't even in the present. You niggas is moving towards being deceased every second of every day. All you think about is passing away because they told you that's when life starts. And then they preach to you about karma. When you seen some karma for the oppressors? Niggas been reigning supreme around this bitch for 2,000 years. Ain't nothing spun the block around there on nothing. Ain't nothing spun the block on them yet. They took this shit by force and they keep it by force. And unless you want to get forceful, you ain't taking shit. That's the reality of the situation that they're not going to tell you at your church. And that's why I'm telling you, faith without works is dead, but work without faith will get it done too. Maybe y'all niggas need to lose y'all faith for a couple months and get violent. Because the only person everybody in the Bible that got shit done for God was violent, except for Jesus. When they stormed the ark, Noah had to stand on business. I told y'all couldn't come on this bitch. When Moses pulled up on Pharaoh, he had to stand on business. David, war's fought. Samson, big stepper, thug, bully, the first bully in the Bible. First nigga to get backdoored by the hoes. Early in the book. Judges. Let's talk about it. The one nigga who was cool as hell, preaching the word, fairly peaceful. You know what I'm saying? Mama allegedly didn't take no dick. Went and got his main chick from a brothel. All types of hoes in that story. If we just look at it and we just take some of the off of it and just look at it. I ain't even saying nothing wrong with it. I'm just telling y'all to look at. Sometimes you got to take off the fucking goggles, yo. May not come when you want him, but he gonna be on time. Tell it to the slaves for 400 years, folks. He late. Generations and generations and generations and generations and generations of niggas that came and went. Talking about he on time, he late. You been late, tardy. No job would have kept. Every job you've been fired, late as you is. What y'all talking about, folks? So all I'm saying to my people is this. Keep your faith. Keep saying your prayers, but turn up on the action. In every way. Turn up on the action. That's what this code language about. Keep all that. Keep Allah, keep Buddha, whoever you believe in. Keep him. Keep him. Don't push him on nobody. Keep him. Turn up on the action, though. Turn up on the action. Because a Muslim and a Christian and a Buddhist and an atheist and an agnostic who want the same thing out of this world could get a whole lot of shit done if they got the same agenda as far as action. I don't even care what you believe in. You got the same agenda as me. Let's move. Y'all ain't hearing me, man. Hey, look, that's it for the code language for today. We got anything on chat Q&A? I'll give y'all 2 minutes. I'm going to play the rest of this song. If it's nothing, we're going to tap out for today. Y'all done made me go full.
Natural born crash dummy. And he go crash out. He go crash out.
Let's go.
I still be trying to see. I be moving like the prize. You can't find another me. Let's get focused. Want the fruits of your labor, gotta climb the tree. Yeah, I'm out here planting seeds, cause I got a lot to leave. I be putting in long miles, I ain't gotta stop to breathe. I be putting in long hours, I ain't gotta stop to sleep. Yeah, I put in that time, put in work, I'm a different breed. My work ethic marine, mama mentality, shout out the bean. Coach like sweat, 6 society T. I'm in
Talk to me, chat. What we got?
Bad work, 5 punch combinations, 2, 3, 5, 2, 3. I'm made different. I work too hard. Ain't no way I ain't getting paid different. This from the dirt, this from the mud.
Make sure y'all hit that like button.
This was strictly for my homies that was brave with me. You can't come in with me now if you ain't came with me. Skull looking at you side eye.
What we got, chat?
I seen a couple people try and it ain't in pretty. I only keep the people around that stood on 10 with me. And if they start to stand on 9, that's where it end with me.
Love and victory. I love that. I love that. Yes, sir. Shout out to Chris Dale. It's been a minute since I seen you, bro, in the chat. What's happening? Glad we lined up and scheduled today so you could be a part of the conversation, man. But it looked like that's what we got for today, man. We discussed a little bit of the LA riots. We discussed some spiritual things. He said this is what the culture needs. Yeah, man, the hard conversations, Joe. The hard conversations, man. And, you know, it's just tough to have the hard conversations. You damn near got to do it in a way like this where you could speak without interruption because there be so many people ready to throw you off of what you trying to drive home for real, because they take on a defensive posture. People get offended, and then once they get offended, trying to get through to them in any capacity is like futile. You know what I'm saying? Joe Jet says a sense of direction and breaking down reality. For sure. You know what I mean? Like it's so many people, and a lot of what I said today too, it tie in to the code language from the other day where I spoke about fear, because you know in a lot of indoctrinations it is a fear-based teaching, like do this or else type energy, and that's why spiritual people don't be jiving with religious people like that, because we don't move in like a fearful way. It's a cause and effect thing. It's not so much of a dum if you fuck up, you know what I'm saying, or if you make a decision that's outside of alignment with your path. You know, you just got to redirect and realign yourself. And that would be likened to repentance, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? But all of the rules and the this, that, and the third, it's just this simple, man. I look at it like this. I just look at it like this. And like I say, I want everybody to believe in what they believe in, but they got to be able to see past whatever they was indoctrinated with at the same time. You can do both. Trust me. But it's like this. I look at it like this. Islam, Christianity, both of those religions are under 4,000 years old. Humanity is significantly older than that. So essentially, in layman's terms, both of these belief systems is some new shit. So my question would be, if these are mandatory and necessary to inherit the so-called kingdom in the afterlife, then what happened to all the souls that predate the existence of this new ass shit? So really, y'all should be looking and trying to find the ancient belief systems and what they believed in before folks came and made this shit up. And then not only made it up, but then tailored it and kept tweaking it and fucking with it. You know what I'm saying? And then we know the history of the niggas who fuck with the book. King James himself, he wrote the same Bible that they're doing at the Satanic Bible. So it's just like, when you get to really looking at it, we can't just ignore these things for the sake of the Lord or whatever we was taught to believe in. You feel me? Like, it's okay to be the nigga in your family that show up after 6 generations and be like, this what y'all been doing? This is wrong. It's okay for you to show up and be the person with the enlightenment. It's perfectly fine. I mean, you're going to be a black sheep. You're not going to be appreciated and respected the way, you know, within your family, the way you should. But I mean, hey, much is required, much is given. You know what I'm saying? And everybody got to cross the bear. That's just what it is. We got to comment. Chris Dale said, I feel that. Yeah, for sure. You know what I mean? Somebody had to show up and be like, hey, I know we've been burning candles for 200 years, but I'm finna try to come up with some shit called a light. What the hell is that? What is a light? Until we and now we got chandeliers. You feel me? So don't be scared. Don't be scared to be right. Don't be scared to be right. You know how they say, man, if it's everybody else in the room, it's probably you. Sometimes it ain't. Sometimes it's everybody else in the motherfucking room. And just like that, we gonna end the live stream, man. I appreciate y'all. It's always love talking to y'all. You know what I'm saying? If y'all want me to come back tonight, spam my comments on all my videos, and I bet you I'll come back live tonight for y'all, man. But if y'all don't do nothing else, make sure y'all stick to the codes. Love.
Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Weathered the winters when left in the cold. Harden my heart and that harden